the basic concepts, or rather the basic concepts, I need to highlight to you guys that accounting is very much important, and almost in every day of our life we take accountability of everything we do, financial wise or non-financial wise. Okay, so just think of it as life was just gonna be messy without accounting, because what was gonna happen to financial decision making? Imagine making a financial decision without accounting, without having someone to refer to. I mean, accounting helps you to make good or better financial decisions, track income and expenses. Also, it ensures that the financial control, and it prevents fraud, right? Because if there's books, that means whatever we see has to match the books. If they don't match the book, there's something happening, there's something fishy happening. But let me not make today's lesson a whole lot about that, okay? So the first basic term that we have here, I'm just going to try to zoom this in. Hope everybody's able to see. So the first term that we have here is the accrued expense, or expenses payable. Both two terms mean the same thing. So sometimes they can say accrued expense, sometimes they can say expense payable, which means that it's an expense that is still owing at the end of the financial year. What does that mean? It means that you, when I say you are the business. You have received a service from a service provider, but you have not yet paid for that service. That is what we call accrued expense. Expenses that we have incurred, but we have not yet paid for it. And a perfect example for that would be, you as a business, you are renting a building where you are operating, and then you say, hey, this month I didn't make enough money to pay rent. You talk to your landlord, um, because they are good people and you're also good, you guys have been good to each other. Then they say, it's okay, you can pay double next month. So because you have already stayed in that building that month and you have not yet paid, you have accrued an expense, which is rent. It's a rent accrued, rent expense accrued. Okay. And then the second term here, we have accrued income, or income receivable. So it means that income that is not yet received, but 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 we're supposed to be having it on our account, but we don't have it because of whatever reason may be, whatever reasons may be. So according to them here, they say income that is still owing to the business at the end of the financial year. Okay, so that is simply what we call the accrued income. That's just about it. And somebody may ask, what is a financial year? So a financial year is a 12-month period that is used by the businesses or the government or anyone to record and report, right? So it's a 12-month. So it does not necessarily have to be same as the calendar year, like January to December. It can be February to January of the next financial year, and then it can also be March to February, August to July. Like it can differ according to the business, how the business chooses its operation, its reporting, and its recording. Right? It's not much of a deal. It's just how the business records its stuff. Right? And it's gonna make more sense, I know, when we start doing the practical part of it in the next sessions. Okay, and then second, or rather thirdly, we have the sales. How much did you make to sell? Okay, this would include, if it's a production, would include purchases, raw materials, production of goods, all of those. But it will make sense as we go into the questions and the type of questions that you may have. But in a nutshell, it simply means that the cost that you incur while selling, okay? And due to use, okay, this take us back to asset. So when you purchase an asset, you're going to be using it to create revenue, or to generate income, which is revenue, right? So when you use that asset, it depreciates, it loses value over time. If you have a car, or if you buy a car this year and you use it to deliver your goods that you're selling, you are using it to generate income. So when you use it more, that means it's going to lose value, because now something used is not going to be the same as something unused. Okay, yes, that's Then now, oh god, we have liability, which is an amount by a person or a business to another person or a business. Okay, so a liability means that I owe you. If you're my liability, that means I owe you. It does not matter of how we ended up owing each other, but for the fact that I need to pay you, I owe you. You are my liability. I take you as a liability. Okay? And that's how you make money. You use money to make money. So if you buy, basically the owner's equity. Okay? And then let's look at the prepaid current financial year, therefore the next financial period. That means you have paid, but you're still going to be receiving the service. You're still going to be receiving whatever that is due to you. So that person owes you money. If you decide one time or one of the days to go to them and say, you owe me, they won't say no, because they do. They haven't provided you with your service. Okay, that is due to you. And the profit is the vice versa of the loss, or is the opposite of the loss, which means that the company is making more than it's paying. So the income is more than the expenses, or the incomes exceed the expenses. Okay, and then we have trading stock deficit. So trading stock deficit is the amount or this amount is calculated when the physical stock take figure is less than, okay, the count, the physical count reveal that we have more, but our book says we have less. That is a deficit. And the opposite would be the physical count says we have less, but the book says we have more. That is a deficit. And we're going to get into, in the next sessions, we're going to get into reasons why we can have less in the count and more in the accounting figures, the accounting books, but we're gonna get into that. And guys, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. This is just about the basic concepts of accounting, which is basically the accounting terms that are mostly used or that are mostly going to be used in these sessions that are going to follow after this one. From me to you guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.